Hey guys, welcome back to another quick video. Yeah, 10-minute video loading up here. It is Thursday, January 29th, and it's about middle of the day. The market around 2 o'clock, a few hours left. And today's been a brutal red day. As you can see, lots of red on the screen. The market is selling off pretty hard today. There's a few reasons why. Number one, we have the government maybe shutting down tomorrow, January 30th. Looks like Chuck Schumer and Trump haven't quite reached an agreement yet, so the market is looking overall quite bearish today. Most of the indexes I follow were very red this morning. A few have turned green, and the VIX did spike up quite a bit to 18, 19 points, and now it's down 17. So this caused a pretty big midday freak out in the marketplace. We'll see how it unfolds for today and tomorrow. But overall, we're looking pretty red, pretty bearish. Bitcoin is taking an absolute beating today. I'll go back here to the 6 month chart so you can see there was your high October the 6th or the October 5th, roughly speaking, $125,000. And since then it is 1, 2, 3, almost 4 or 5 months down, $83,000. If it breaks this line here, that's where I think we are in trouble. And Bitcoin could very well fall quite low. Let me zoom out a little bit. So if it doesn't hold this line here, um, $83,000, Bitcoin could fall right down into this range 73, possibly as low as the 67 before it hits this real support zone right here on these prior highs. Um, Huge shout out to Benjamin Cohen. He's been fantastic. I've been listening to a lot of Benjamin Cohen, and he really knows what he's talking about. So that's what we're watching for Bitcoin. Again, I mean, folks were buying this the past week when it was pushing back up, and I hope they have long-term conviction because now it's dropped down pretty hard. As you can see, the past month of January here, this is really January right here. Down, up, down, slightly sideways, and then down again. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on that one. We might get a huge buy opportunity in the next few days, few weeks, as it kind of flushes out towards the bottom. And then the VU and the SPY all down about 3 or 4 points, coming down from those all-time highs. But again, you got to zoom out, look at the market, right? The market is still relatively pretty high. Let me lose those indicators that we have built. We'll get a video coming later to talk about those and what they really mean for you. So this is really the Vanguard S&P 500. I mean, we're still high. We're still over 6, 3. I'm not worried here. I'll happily buy and nibble here. I'd like to buy and nibble here if it drops down. I mean, if we get lucky and the market goes a bit squirrely or whatever, I'll buy that double dip. Who knows what's going to happen because your guess is as good as mine. No one knows the future. And all you can do is buy and play the market in front of you. A few other quick ones we'll look at as well. Most indexes are looking pretty red, like I said, but just keep an eye on the VIX. Oh, before I transition here, copper. We got to talk about copper and gold and silver. Copper is really catching a bid right now. I personally am not buying this because I think the time to buy copper really would have been here in that zone. I think a lot of folks probably did step in and buy right here, but I mean, this thing could push up higher. No one knows. It could very well want to go up to that $10 range. I'm seeing a lot of chat on that on X. So again, what I'm trying to say is no one knows. Buy what you want. Copper hasn't ran as hard as all the other two. I'm thinking about it. There may be a buying chance here, but I just don't want to be left holding the bag, as they say, because these things can go against you pretty quick if you're not in early. Gold did have a fantastic rise up this past few months. I mean, let's go back and look at the weekly on gold. So really, I noticed it maybe back in well, that was the breakout zone. I mean, that's just flat right there. So nothing really of huge note to here. October 23, you saw a little increase up there. And then you got October 2024. Trump won the election, and then it surged up with Trump hype. But here's when Tariff Armageddon hit right here. This is what caught my attention quite a lot. So Trump's tariffs hit pretty hard. And then you got to ask who has caused this increase right here. who's causing this to go like boom, like this, then it leveled off, right? And then again, it went from really like there back up. So I see a lot of folks saying this online. I want to add my 2 cents as well. Yeah, I'll leave it there because it's retraced a little bit. Oh, don't move that. Come on, stay still. Why would you do that? There, right there. So yeah, two massive 20% and 28%, almost 30% increase there in the most recent run up. So who's causing this? I think you have Russia, China, you have other countries' central banks buying gold. You have normal retail folks buying gold because they're seeing tariffs hitting hard, global uncertainty, and the dollar is falling, the dollar is weakening quite a bit, and that's caused lots of capital to run to these assets. I also think because Trump has threatened tariffs again before Christmas, and then recently did it again. He threatened tariffs quite recently here against other countries. That's probably causing a lot of big money to be like, well, we don't want to be caught with another COVID-19 or another Trump tariff Armageddon. So let's go to assets that we know historically are reliable. So gold is seeing that, and this may begin to fall. It had a bit of a weak day today after rising up so hard, which is kind of crazy to say that, but it definitely has had a weaker day. As you can see there, it hit that 5,500, $5,600, and then crashed down pretty hard at 5,100, and that's a huge drop for gold, and then rallied back up to about 5,300. Is it over? Has the fat lady sang, is gold going to fall? We don't know. Um, it's a fool's errand really to like say you know what's going to happen here. If you buy gold, just know you got to hold it forever because this thing could fall, go flat for years, or it could keep going higher. I personally think it's going to go higher. I think it wants $6,000. I think this is where it's going to go. We're going to look at the weekly chart here of all time weekly. I need to get better at my little like figuring out of all these shortcuts. But I think gold will want to hit $6,000, and it looks like it's going to hit it if it keeps going, probably by March, end of February, possibly higher. So yeah, that's gold. And then silver, real quick. I promised to be a lot faster on silver, so I notice that it's had a absolutely huge parabolic run too, and people are likewise saying the same thing about silver. Yeah, these things have great use. So of course, silver is used a lot in the electronics, so there definitely is a huge demand. There's global squeeze, global demand issues for sure on copper and silver. Gold is your bigger asset, and of course they all can hold as assets. So yeah, but it's a weird market. That's my point. It's a weird market to be in. Indexes are falling, roughly speaking. Bitcoin's getting absolutely destroyed, and it's supposed to be a online, gold currency, gold asset, basically, as Michael Saylor says. But yeah, here we have. If you had just bought gold last year, you would be up so much. And I spent a lot of time on Twitter doing social arbitrage. Only really Peter Schiff was saying buy gold and a few others, but look at that increase, 249% since last May. And not many folks were really saying, hey, start buying gold. It was buy Bitcoin. Let's go back further to like August of 2020. It's pretty far. You got a 333% increase, which is insane. So that's what we're seeing. And now, real quick, a few FinTwit darlings here. People love these ones. Again, big sell-offs happening across the board. ONS is down to $11.50. I want to look at the daily real quick, and I'll probably keep it on the daily chart for the past 3 months. We'll look at. This is the 1 hour chart when the stock opened today, and it's fallen down here, testing that 200-day moving average. So ONS, high beta coming down, Black Sky, BBAI, Path, SAS softwares getting a huge hit. SAS is not in love right now. A lot of folks are overall quite bearish on SAS because of what is happening with AI and Claude and Gemini's coding. So we're seeing a lot of SAS fall offs quite hard here. Nebius Cloud is Nebius Group. I like Nebius. I may be a buyer here. I'm still playing my cards pretty safe because of the government shutdown and what Trump is doing with tariffs and the midterms and the Fed Jerome Powell. It's a little hard to know where to put your money now. It's not a bad idea sitting on cash. Cash is good. Cash is king. So I'm personally holding a bit of cash to buy dips, and this could be a dip I buy today or tomorrow if it continues. And as you can see here, lots of other stocks really just taking a huge dump today. These high beta ones are not getting a lot of love. PGY, Enphase, Iran down, but they've all run up pretty hard too. Your Zeta, $19 could be a great entry for folks to start scoring in there. Open hasn't got much love the past while. And then Oscar, well, not really green at all, but there it is. Energy sector took a huge hit this morning. Let's double check and see where we are. Cypher, T1 Energy down about $8. Again, still very hot from where they were like last year. I'll go to the yearly chart so you can see that. I mean, this is not a bad looking chart at all. It's just a slight cool off. It's well above its moving averages for the past year. So be aware of that. Yes, it's a red day, but it's not a bad day. It's like the market needs these cool offs. The market needs to come down. The market needs to have these days of slight corrections, and then you reload, you buy in, and you look for opportunities, of course, right? So that's what we're doing here. I ran, like I said, $60. This was a great buy zone here, anything below $46, 33, and then it surged right back up to 60. It hasn't really tested the high yet. It may test that high at some point, February, March. We'll see what happens with economics, macro events too. But this is your energy sector. FLNC is a great one too. Had a huge surge. And then Bloom Energy. Where is Bloom Energy? There it is. You had a good buy zone here when it dropped down a little bit, and that's rallied back up very hard. Bloom is definitely a clear winner for sure. Earnings in 7 days, and it's probably going to be fantastic. I know a lot of folks do have a huge following with B Energy. Coming up my time again, space drones selling off pretty hard. Opportunities to scale in. BM&R getting absolutely wrecked. Tom Lee needs to apologize to the market. His conviction's still high in this thing turning around. I'm a holder. I'm a bag holder here, but I would love to see a little bit of joy for BM&R eventually. Again, it's probably a good time to buy if you want to double your conviction to $26, but not seeing a lot of folks buying in on that right now because people are kind of not happy with what it's done. Um, Semis taking a bit of a hit. Some are green. Your Intel back to $48 after that earnings beat. And then, yeah, what else we got today? We got economic calendar, bunch of information came in today. Nothing too crazy. Looks pretty good. Nothing that really spooked the market too much. Tomorrow we have more data coming in, PPI data, a Fed speaker, and then of course earnings today. We have more earnings coming up. We're expecting to see Apple later today, and then Tesla and Meta, of course, all posted earnings yesterday, which was a pretty good day. Your Meta did very well. Didn't buy Meta, should have bought it, missed out on buying that. Got it, I missed it. I was looking at it right here at these levels, but didn't pull the trigger because of life work balance. But now I'm more freed up, and now we're at 736. So it's back to where really people said it deserved to be. I wouldn't really buy here after this run up, but we'll see how it goes. Apple looking pretty good today, and we'll see what happens in their earnings today after they post. I believe it's after the bell. Yeah, it should be after the bell. So that should be interesting. And then we'll keep an eye on everything else. Amazon could be a really good buy for the year. This is one I want to do a longer video on because Amazon's catching a lot of interest. Hasn't had its big run up yet in 1 or 5 years, really. So we want to see more from Amazon. They control so much of the marketplace. So yeah, keep an eye on the marketplace, guys. Do your own research. This is not financial advice. And I wish you all a wonderful day and peace and love. Talk soon. Bye.